Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode where we introduce the change making South Asians living in Scotland. Today in the studio, I'm joined by Rakasree Basu, who is the founder of South Asian Film Collectives and also a keen producer of films, feature films, short films, and you name it. Let's hear more from Rakasree. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Ranjit. Thank you for having me.
And Rakashri, let's start with this is an area where we have less South Asians involved. How do you break that barriers and walked into a predominantly white populated industry in Scotland?
Uh, when I moved to Scotland, it was to complete my master's degree at University of Glasgow. So I came here to study with all the intent of going back to India, where I already had a company and we were producing there. However, after graduation, I was working here, and then I saw there was a lack of South Asian talent within the screen space here, considering the fact that there is a huge population of South Asians living in Scotland.
Yes, yes.
And I got to thinking that there is an opportunity and there is a space to build it, but why is someone not stepping ahead and bringing all this together? And that's when I started to ponder over it much more. And then one fine day, I just decided, you know what? If there is no room, I will just build a room.
Okay. Which is a good way to put it. Let's come to your background. You're coming from India.
Yeah.
Which part of India you're from?
So I'm born and raised in Kolkata, and I completed my undergrads there, and then I moved to Mumbai. So I've been living in Mumbai for more than a decade now.
Okay.
And then I moved to Scotland in 2021.
Yeah.
So it's going to be my five years now.
5 years now.
This December. So yeah, that's been my journey.
Journey. And Mumbai is the world of Bollywood. Did that inspire you? Or the inspiration? And because West Bengal creates one of the best movies in India as well. I mean, for our audience, let me tell you, if you just look at Bollywood as only the industry of Indian movies, it's actually not. Some of the best features films came from Bengali culture as well. So, what inspired you to the movie side of it?
You're right, Ranjit. I think when we speak about India, we always end up thinking about Bollywood.
Yes.
But the numbers are different. Most of the movies that are made in India are actually coming out from the regional
Yes.
industries. So be it Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam,
Yeah.
Kannada. They together make more movies or produce more movies than Bollywood.
I think Bollywood make more remakes from these movies.
Yes,
these regional
exactly,
movies.
exactly.
Yeah?
Now it has come to that.
Yeah.
And my passion kind of started from very early on. I used to be a film critic back in the days now.
Okay.
So I used to write for The Statesman in Calcutta, which is an English newspaper.
Yeah.
And my journey kind of started from there, writing about films, writing about music. And then I ended up navigating that road and started to assist a film director there. And it kind of all started from just being an observer on set.
Okay.
So, I went to the director, I said I was interested to know how films work or how they're made. Because, we just see a finished product on the screen, but we actually don't know what goes behind in making it. And I must say it's very challenging.
Yeah.
The process behind, and as you are aware as well.
Yes, Indian movies itself is a huge market.
Yes, yes.
I think together we produce more movies than Hollywood in a year.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Across
Yeah,
different
yeah.
regions, right?
Yes.
And although there is a lot of opportunities there, but cracking into that industry with 1.5 billion population is not a easy ratio to go into.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I come from a very working class family from Calcutta, and my parents or my extended family, they're nowhere close to the industry. Like they don't know what it is and what goes on. So I am the first person from the whole family tree, perhaps, to get into this industry.
Right.
And it's difficult, certainly, to make that first step, because when you don't have anyone to guide you or to um, give you words of advice, uh, it is challenging to
Yeah.
take that first step. But I think I was resilient enough to take on to the opportunities that I got and then make way ahead from there. So like I said, I approached this film director and I said I am interested to learn the ropes of filmmaking. And he said, well, do you know anything? And I didn't know. So he said, well, then you have to first know how things are
Yeah.
made. So you can come join the shoot and be an observer and see how we work and what's done. And so I did. I went there every day, 5 a.m. in the morning, dedicatedly showed up. I think the point here, Ranjit, is that are you dedicated enough or resilient enough to show up? You know, even though you don't really know what your end,
Yeah.
what's the end post, where are you hitting the goal?
Yeah.
But even then, you dedicatedly show up
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day. I think that's what the main thing is. So I did, and then gradually he saw that in me, and he said, "Well, you have been coming up to the set very dedicatedly. So here is what happens." And he taught me everything. He taught me how to do a costume breakdown. He taught me how to do an art breakdown. And then I suddenly realized, that this is all that happens behind.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I assisted him on 2 projects. So ended up being an associate creative director on the project, associate director on the project. And then I worked through on formats. I worked as a creative director on the Bengali and Bhojpuri version of Kaun Banega Crorepati,
Okay. Okay.
which is the Hindi version of Who
Yeah.
Wants to Be a Millionaire. And so I worked on all different formats, basically. I
Formats,
worked
yes.
on films, format shows, advertisements, TV, serials.
Serials.
So my formative years in Calcutta itself was a huge learning, because I worked there 5 years through the time when I was also actually doing my undergrads.
Okay.
So I was studying as well as
And working.
as well as also writing for the Statesman.
Okay.
So it all started from there, and then when I finished my undergrads, then I swiftly moved to Mumbai and continued the same streak of work across
Yeah.
different formats.
Okay.
And then in 2013, I did my first international project, which was a film produced by DreamWorks Pictures.
Okay.
Had Helen Mirren in it, and Om Puri was
Wow.
there as an actor from
Some
the
big
Indian
names.
side. Yes, that was my first ever
Right.
international project I ever worked on. And once I worked on an international project, that just opened my mind. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
I felt passionate about working between cultures, because on that particular project, the director was Swedish.
Okay.
The camera, the DOP was Swedish. The camera team was Swedish.
Okay.
And of course, the rest of the team was mix of Americans and French and all other nationalities. And when I stepped into the set, I felt like, this is what I love, what I enjoy, what I'm passionate about, and I felt like I belong there.
Yeah.
And that started the streak of me being a part of international productions and producing international co-productions from there on.
Excellent. Do you see a huge difference between Indian movie industry and the international productions? Because I see international movies, like some of the European movies, are not as commercialized as ours. We have a huge fan following, fan base. We create movies for fans. That's one reason why Bollywood has gone in a different path now on spy series and all that kind of thing. But if you look at the other, like international, because you worked in international movies as well. So
I also did work in Bollywood. So
in Bollywood,
I've
yeah,
seen
you've
both.
seen
Yeah,
both the
yeah,
world,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the question is, do you see that commercialism in there is put aside in, and then they focus on the content and the screenplay and the technicalities of the movie rather than focusing on, okay, you know what, this is going to hit 1000 crores or something like that. Do you see that difference?
There is.
There is.
There is a
So they
difference.
don't have a pressure then to create a commercially benefiting movie. They have a pressure of only to make a technical great movie.
Yes, an artistically driven film, uh, that's the main concern. You know, most of the European films are funded by government fundings. You know.
Yeah, that is
So it's a
another thing.
soft money. So we apply for fundings, and then more fundings, and then more fundings,
Okay.
and the whole maze of international co-productions is that you work with different countries for structuring a film with different financing systems, plus also talent. You know, if you want to work with a German actor, perhaps, you know, then you have a German co-producer who brings in a part of that finance as well. I love the maze of an international co-production because it has a lot of advantages. It gives me the opportunity to work with different talents, working across different cultures, understanding different financing structures, and also release structures, distribution
Yes.
structures for different territories. However, yes, those films are made not not thinking strongly about the commercial return for those films. They are films of high artistic value, and the quality is what they want to
And the
retain.
content is king as well.
And the content, yes, for any kind of European films
The content
and
is king.
international co-productions, it has to be the story in itself, which then will be the major part of the investment that you're putting in. And talking about Bollywood or any sort of even Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam industries in India, very, very commercially driven, which is also what we need.
Of course, the industry need to survive on commercial
Yeah.
aspect of it, but at the same time, you should find the right balance between the commercial and the content
Yes.
itself, because
Yes.
ultimately people want to be entertained.
Yes,
One thing,
absolutely.
but at the same time, what the message you're going to give out from a movie is also very. I mean, see, I'm not a movie person. When I sit and watch a movie, for me, entertainment is one fact, but at the same time, the screenplays, the way how the coloring is going in, that is also I
That
look
is
into.
also
There is a percentage of people like me who is also interested in that, and that's why we walk into the movies seeing from a different perspective of that,
Yeah.
rather than throwing papers in there. It's another thing as well. Coming to your journey in Scotland, what made you to start South Asian Film Collective, and do you see there is a need for it? Is that need of the hour that we have to address that?
So South Asians in Cinema Collective was born out of that need itself. Because there are a lot of rooms where I walk into the mainstream Scottish film TV business, where I often see just me being the one and only South Asian person, and there is a need to change it.
Yeah.
Definitely, because Scotland has a huge population of South Asian
Yes.
natives, and we see very limited people of South Asian origin within the main Scottish screen sector. And that lack of representation is quite alarming, considering you have a huge population on one side, but the screen industry is not representative of that.
Yes.
And representation wise, I am very cautious about that. Representation shouldn't just mean ticking the box, which oftentimes is the situation or the issue.
As part of the EDI policies.
Yes. But for me, representation should be meaningful. It should feed into the system from the ground up more than coming last, you know. And that's why the South Asians in Cinema Collective was born.
Okay.
So over the last couple of months, we kind of test run it, thanks to some funding from the Glasgow Riverside Innovation District,
Okay.
which is a fund that's delivered by the University of Glasgow Innovation Department, and it's funded by Glasgow City Council, Scottish Government,
Okay.
University of Glasgow. And so we test run it, and we had some screenings. We had a networking mixer where we invited all the South Asian talents living in Scotland to come talk, because we don't have a space like that.
Yes.
There is a lack of space like that.
Yes.
And before we start building capacity, we first have to identify these people.
Yes, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, we have to first identify these people. We have to first encourage people to come and have a chat, gather, listen, and capacity building comes much later. So that is what I thought, and that's where South Asians in Cinema Collective was born. So we did the networking mixer in the very beginning to start the organization, which is basically a community and a talent initiative of Momentum Films that I own, and I'm the founder of. And we started with the networking and then graduated to a screening where we hosted a couple of South Asian filmmakers, one from Bangladesh, from India, who are now based in Scotland. And we screened some of their short films. And it was a full house event. And the most encouraging thing to see was that we had a diverse set of audience. Ranjit personally loved the Scottish audience.
Yes.
They're
very welcoming.
Yes.
They're also acknowledge the right work.
Yes.
I have seen that as well. Yes.
So we had a very diverse set of audience. We had South Asians, people in the audience, as well as native Scottish population, which is what I always want to bring together.
Yeah.
That I want to share what we are making or whatever we are producing back home in South Asia, where people are producing or making films with their own lived experiences. And then we have the South Asian diaspora here. So they're all different contexts, different contents, different ways of telling your story, different stories in its own self, So I also want all of this thing to come together and to share those stories and the narratives with the native Scottish audiences here, for them to see what kind of stories we tell, you know. It can be diaspora stories, it can be stories from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and all pulled together so that, it can bring us together, as well as us sharing our stories with the native Scottish audience.
Native Scottish.
So the screening was very, very much encouraging, I would say. And then we hosted many known guests on our podcast as well. We hosted a podcast series, and we still have 2 more episodes to come. And we had some wonderful guests who joined us. We had a producer, filmmaker from Pakistan, whose film was the first all-Pakistan film to screen at Berlinale this year, for example. And then we have 2 more guests coming. We have a very, very special guest coming at the last episode. So definitely watch out for that.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
That's something which we will definitely watch for as well. No, but that actually pull a purpose for that, isn't it? So when you bring them, give them a space, that's exactly what it is. Now, coming to your current projects, what are the current projects that you have, which is running with, you're a producer as well, and you have already produced 2 movies, if I'm right?
Yes.
And that is already was on Netflix. And now, what is the other projects that you're working on now?
So screen projects wise, we have a couple of projects that we are developing right now, which as of now I can't divulge much information. But on the other side, when it comes to ecosystem building, we're having a lot of projects at the moment. So we are going in for a second round with the South Asians in Cinema Collective as well, because like I was saying, it's about building the ecosystem. And I want to bring people together and give that platform or build that platform, which then kind of makes people to come together and start from somewhere.
Yeah.
So that platform is what I've built through South Asians in Cinema Collective. And the most important program that we now have with Momentum is we are delivering 2 programs for the Glasgow Commonwealth Games 2026 festival.
Yeah.
2 of them very unique programs in its own self. One is a short film screening, which is on 26th of July.
In Glasgow.
In Glasgow.
Yeah.
At the Pyramid at Angeston, which is the venue for both the programs, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
And the short film screening is what I've programmed is a unique way or unique lens of looking into the different communities that we have in Scotland. We have so many, and all of them are doing wonderful work, be it across sport as a medium or drama or, anything that makes the community come together and has a shared gathering feeling.
Yeah.
So any sort of videos or short films, we've made a call for application. We've done a call out, and we've got some interesting submissions as well. So that was the purpose of programming that short film screening, because what I wanted to do was bring all these stories together, because we again oftentimes don't see all these people on the same platform.
They almost do that in isolation, and then it's done and forgotten.
It's done and forgotten.
And then I have noticed that as well, because it's, no matter what good work you do, as if you don't shout out loud, it won't hear.
Yeah, you won't be
it's
seen.
never been seen and never been heard.
Yes.
And then people are like confused.
Yes.
Was that even done?
In contemporary world, Ranjit, I think visibility is key.
Yeah.
So, like you rightly identified, everybody is doing amazing work.
Yeah.
We have many talented people here in Scotland from the South Asian community, but everyone is doing that in isolation. Even at some point, even I was doing my work in isolation, you know. It all got to a point where thankfully when I was supported and funded by GRID, so I could then, go ahead and bring things together.
Yeah.
But had I not been supported, perhaps it would have been challenging for me as well.
Yeah.
So that is the reason those different individuals or organizations or community groups, whoever they are, all their work in isolation needs to be put together, programmed, and shown to the audience.
To the right people.
To the right people. And let them see for themselves what brilliant work some of these people are doing in Scotland. So that is one of the first events. And then on the 1st of August, we have a very fun gathering of participatory dance event, Kelly Meets Garba.
Okay.
And
Scotland versus
Scotland
India.
meets India. Yes. And the idea of programming that event came from the fact that Gujarat is hosting the next Commonwealth Games.
2030 Commonwealth Games.
And I thought it would be a brilliant way of, connecting these 2 Commonwealth nations. And also sharing the dance forms in Scottish Kelly, Gujarati Garba, the traditional dance forms of both the places. And both are, a shared space for people to come together, movement, food, gathering, So all that put together was a very, also again, a very unique set of programming. And we got some really great people to support us as well. And this is, of course, funded by the festival's fund and delivered by Glasgow Life. And we have Scottish Government, Glasgow City Council, Sport Scotland, Commonwealth Sport. They're all the funders of this festival. So that's the second program that we are hosting on 1st of August, also at the Pyramid at Anderston. So these are the 2 major programs that are currently we are working on and quite busy with preparing for it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Can imagine. And perfect. Now, coming to your second one as well, Kelly Meets Garba. I know this is going to be much more entertainment. Many people like Kelly dancing, many people
Yes.
like Garba.
That would be fun to
That
have
would be
like
fun
Kelly
to
and
have.
Garba.
Yeah, they have a registration link for that as well. Yeah,
Yes,
yes, you have a
yes, we do. So
registration link.
both the programs have a registered registration link. The short film screening is free to attend, and the Kelly Meets Garba is ticketed, and both the registration links and both have to be pre-registered.
Yes,
Because we do need to have the
tickets in
tickets
advance,
in
isn't it?
advance. Both of them are live on the ticketing platform Forum.
Okay.
Which is also, again, if you go onto Momentum's Instagram account, everything is linked in the bio.
Perfect. Perfect. We would like to know more about you and South Asians in Film Collective in the upcoming episodes, and we will see you back in the studio as well. It's wonderful to have you here as well,
Thank you.
Rakasree. And
Thank you
then
so
we will
much,
catch up
Ranjit.
soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to know that South Asians in Film Collective is being built with purpose. And we at SAN TV would like to support them as much as that you can support them as well. As Rakasree mentioned, please visit Momentum Films Instagram account and check their links and make sure that you are involved and be entertained. And I will see you there with SAN TV, as SAN TV is also the media partner for both these events as well. And looking forward to have every one of you be a part of that. Until next time, it's Ranjit Shankar Narayanan signing off. Take care.